Welcome back to Finnegan's Farm, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and welcome back to Workshop Wednesday. My name is Paul, and this is our team.
Hello, I'm Mick, and I'm the mechanic.
Hello, I'm Kaylem Russell, and I'm the mechanic.
Hello, I'm John, I'm the apprentice mechanic.
Hello, my name is Marco. I love to weld. This is Bruce, this is Blake. Them two best students.
Don't forget to like, subscribe to the videos, and comment what you want, and we will get back to you. In for repair today, we have our John Deere 3350, we have our John Deere 7710, we have our Claas combine 6700, we also have a couple of forklifts, and we're going to catch up with Marco there as he's doing some adjustments there to a creep feeder. But first of all, before we get started, a quick shout out to our general manager John Smith, who's actually getting married this weekend to lucky girl Margaret Fox. So look, from everyone here at Finnegan's Farm, we wish them all the best on their big day. So first of all, we're going to head over to Marco. How that, Marco?
Oh, stainless steel.
So we are in here now. We look as if we're in jail here, myself and Marco. But these are some of the jobs in the farm that just have to be done. This is the calf feeder that Jack brought into us. It's an old one, as you can see, and yeah, we had thought of maybe scrapping it at one stage, but then we brought it into Marco and he says, look, go and do a job on it. The feeding area here was completely rusted out of it through time, because obviously the water got in. Now Marco was come up with putting a very thin sheet of stainless steel on it.
Yeah.
Number one, it's not going to rust, and number two,
it slides better.
It slides better on it, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can have a better surface on it in there. Now we have a few brackets to weld into it here as well, and we're going to show you another job at the front of it. We're going to put an A-frame on it for Jack, so he's able to move it from paddock to paddock, because he wants to be able to feed the calves, bring them from one area to the next as they go along with the grass. So we'll have a look at that as well. But as you can see here, threading stainless steel is never easy.
No.
It's an absolute nightmare. You need very good bits. It's very hard on bits, but once it's done, it'll be a good job.
Be 5 years warranty.
Many warranty? Many years?
5.
5? Mark, we should be able to give more than that.
No. Our frame is, not very good.
Yeah.
Just either be a good job.
It might see me and you out, isn't it? So the feeder currently has these two brackets, which are used for, I think, the Manitou. The Manitou brackets will pick this up and bring it off. But the problem, Jack, is that sometimes
No Manitou.
no Manitou, yeah, which can happen. The Manitou mightn't have it. So he wants to be able to pick it up with the tractor, move it from paddock to paddock. So the simplest way that we have maybe come up with is to mount an A-frame here. Now look, you can do it 2 angles either, but we just kind of bought this section here. Is probably most the handiest thing to do.
Yeah.
And we probably will mount it here.
Stepped out.
Step it out of shade, which means then that A-frame, if you pick it over here, Jake, so we have the other part of the A-frame, which will be mounted on the tractor, which will mean that he can lift it and pick it and bring it to wherever he wants. So if you hold that side, Marco.
And be easy for him as well.
I'll just show. He's going to sit down like that.
Handle.
Again, that's it. It will sit down. Now we do see a small bit of an issue here on the front of it with the top link. Maybe we might have to do something there, or maybe a smaller top link.
Smaller top link, maybe.
Yeah, because it's just kind of catching on the hinge there. And then he'd at least be able to operate from inside in the cab, put the rope down, he'd be able to lift it, drop it, pick it up, go again to the next paddock, and that should make life a little bit easier. Now, as we said, it's a little bit old and it needs a bit of TLC, and Marco is the man for the job. So yeah, look, we'll get it fixed up, and hopefully we'll have it today. Now we get it out of the workshop, and he'll be able to feed in there, and we just grand and handy now. So
Oh yeah, looks good.
that's a good job, stainless steel, Marco. Huh?
Yep.
You can nearly eat half that yourself, couldn't you?
Mumu would be happy.
Right. A few last minute checks on the Claas combine before she goes to work, which could be very shortly.
Yeah.
Just need to now the obviously sections on the header is vital on something like the combine,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, 'cause
and your fingers.
Like all your crop is cut from here, so it's the very start of it.
Yeah.
It's running in the ground in between stones and everything.
Yeah, so we need to get a good fine cut in it. It's just very much like a scissors action with a scissors. So you need a stationary and you need a cutting one. So the blade is obviously the one that moves over and back against the finger here, which will kind of cut it.
Yes.
Now the inside ones,
Sharp.
something just poked me there on the back, them dividers, which are a good job as well, but not when you're standing behind them here.
No.
We come this side of them. We have new ones put in here, Kaylem.
Yeah, so them end ones It's purely only because if you want to change one of them, you have to slacken off everything the whole way up to the wobble box for all of them. So I just fit all new ones.
But new ones right in here, yeah.
Because it is nearly as much of a job change one as it is the molding.
Yeah.
So just fit all new ones on it.
And then anything else there? We did see one or two high spots on
the fingers themselves.
The fingers there when you look across. We will maybe just take the finger off to see does a new finger make a differ, or sometimes you can get, you know, the blades will bend, and unfortunately that's just part of what they do because they're running so close to the ground.
Yeah.
That they can get. And then to check the sensors here underneath for your header is also important to make sure
that they're working.
They're all working and in calibration, so it does well auto level as it goes along the ground. But yeah, we're just getting last few bits here, and then she's ready for road. Well, ready for field, we should say. Isn't it?
Yeah, we'll not see it again then for a while.
No, well, it has the service done, so whatever we're going to do to it now, hopefully we won't. All we need to do is keep it full of diesel, keep the windows clean, and keep it rolling along. Isn't it?
Cheers, hello! We have Darren doing a bit here for a change. Are you getting involved in the workshop now all of a sudden?
No, that's why I'm standing outside it. I don't want to get the lazy disease in there. Like.
Once you go past that line, disease then.
Disease, you do nothing once you go away that line.
So now myself and Mick have our shaft fitted. Now we are able to get it from Leinster Machines, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it? Yeah. And overall it's not too bad of a job.
It's a lot heavier than the one we had in it temporarily.
Yeah, because the other one was using the actual profile, or PTO profile, as the drainer, whereas on this it's purely flanges to...
It's a fairly heavy one, that.
Yeah, it's a bit more heavy duty. Now originally we had put in a new cross into it to start with, because I think that's what the failure started first from. So we put a new cross into it and it bust again, so we were suspicious of our gearbox and...
Yeah, we thought maybe a chip tooth in the gearbox, some of that, but the thing we had a fair bit of beans in it.
Yeah.
Once that, you emptied all that out, once that was done, the whole thing turned freely, so
yeah,
we'll take it and hopefully it'll be alright.
Like we were all nearly banking on something wrong with the gearbox.
I just thought sees, but there's two shafts, two augers, one down there, one down on the far side. We thought maybe a bearing seized on one of them, but no, we took the chain, the linking chain on the back, took that off, both shafts turned, so.
Yeah. And we have ran it since. We even had a smaller shaft on it when we ran it.
But it was empty then?
Yeah. So there's only one way to find out, and that's fill it up.
Fill it.
And
if we get weather.
Yeah, it's not just looking like we have too great a weather now in between all these nice lovely showers, but hopefully another week or two away. And
enough of them now for another while.
7710 in for a few odd jobs here on it, an old favourite on the farm. Everyone loves to drive this tractor because there's great old sound of it, isn't there, Sean?
No need for radio.
No need for radio. Now, what are we looking at here? I see new cable.
Yeah, new cable. The old one was a Steph, so it was old and well, so
and that can be a problem on these there. The throttle cable can stick a good bit on them because where they're rooted to, they kind of have to come down underneath the cab and a background and then up onto the handle there. And they build up a dust. It can get warm in there too as well, and sometimes a little bit of heat. And look, just over time you have to change. Yeah. It's a bit of a job.
That's time consuming, so it is.
Yeah, so you have to take out your mat, take out your floor space, reroute it
around underneath the cab and round, and then set it up as well. So there's the screw that out.
Yeah.
Screw that out to adjust it.
So you want it coming off, but it will go into it. What was happening was, because it was sticking, it was staying revving on, which kind of...
You adjust it now to go over 2,000 revs, because it only sat at 4,000 revs the way it was, so you adjust the wee tab at the bottom of that.
So you're happy enough with there as it is. Now, what else are we looking at here? I see... Ooh!
Chewed hitch.
I said this, seen a few...
Lewis Hamilton's.
Yeah, so look at, I mean... I've seen guys weld these up and it can work, but unfortunately this one now has seen it's going to buy a sell by day, and we're just going to put a new one on it. You can weld this, but then sometimes the weld will actually wear the eye on the trailer, so it's probably better off to get them just to replace them, because it is a vital part
down.
Yeah, and a very dangerous part of that went wrong with it, so we're just going to replace that eye on that as well. Coming round to the back of it, another very important part of the hitch to look at when we do look at the eye or on the crook, which was well worn, is our plungers here, Sean, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of water built up in there now, Paul.
Yeah.
The one that was on it, she was well, it was fair busted up now.
Yeah, now there was still one working on it, so these actually lock the hitch in position, and they don't let, we'll say, forward travel on the hitch. Say if your hydraulics went or your pipes are out, it stops them from travelling forward. Now, what can happen with them is that when you wash the tractor, a lot of water can get down, even though there should be a seal in there. Water gets into that. The spring sometimes gets corroded, and the spring can fail. When the spring fails, then the spud is knocking down, not locating into the hole underneath. So maybe a shot of grease when you do wash them.
It should be done whenever you wash the yoke. So.
Yeah, just to shoot the water out of it. I see a bit hanging off the mug or two here. What happened to this?
I think we'll blame the storeman for this one, Paul.
Oh, the storeman.
Yeah.
Who is the storeman around here, Sean?
I think it's Kaylem Russell.
Oh, is it? Kaylem Russell. He's man of many talents. He had the tractor, the 7-8-10 he had in the destoner.
Yeah.
And what happened?
Change over and
so what happened was we couldn't. The PTO wouldn't go on. No. The fault was actually the mudyard switch, which is that one. Is that one okay? That one good. That's a good one. That's a new one.
Yeah.
But what we're missing here is the little cover that sits across it. It locates into that, and then you're able to access it here from the side.
Yeah.
And it's just for a matter of keeping it clean and keeping it any muck building up and going into it there. So that's another little job to be done. Again, switches like this on any of the mudyards is vital.
Very important.
You know, we're talking about, we see accidents with PTOs and that. You need to be able to access that just to be able to turn it off at any stage. So it's a vital part of on the tractor as well.
That's something to look over.
Yeah, that's exactly and something so simple as having that on it. So we get that fixed up as well. Apart from that, then the old girl is ready to go. She's
ready to rock.
She's ready to rock. Yeah.
Right, we're here with the 3.5 ton Tailift, and the horn's not working on it. It's a strange one, but I've got to the bottom of what it is. But just said we'd show you what I have it there. That's our horn ring there, and I have voltage there. But if Sean earths it, which is to get it to operate, I'm losing the voltage. It's dropping it completely. I've checked the fuses, the whole works, back to the loom, but then I've gone down to the horn here. And if I can get a probe into it. There was an AC there, or I'm not. How did I get in there the last time? Right, I have 12 volts there, and I know that's the supply from checking it previously. Just there to there, so Sean, and I'm not losing the voltage. Okay, right, we go to the other side of the horn. And the meter's just disappeared. Okay, right, and there it again. And our voltage has disappeared. So we know from that our horn is shot. There's a winding unit and connect points in it, and it's one or the other is gone. Okay. Right, at the moment we're at forklifts. This one over here, it's a little electric Toyota, no drive. We've pinned it down to seat safety switch, or operator presence it's often called, and this is the switch here. Now, if I put the ohmmeter on it, I should get that. Once I put it on my two probes or pins. And press so, Jake. And now it's intermittent.
Yeah. Well, it was working.
It should be clearer.
I think it's just too far away because I'm kind of putting a push on it as well.
Right, maybe we can adjust that. Anyway, that's testing the seat present seat. It's not consistent. I know it's this because I've disconnected it and bypassed it. I've just bridged the two wires that go onto the other end of this, and it's driving, everything's okay. But safety-wise, it's not safe to leave it that way, so we've got to fix that up.
No.
Okay?
Yeah, done.
Lovely.
3350 in for, when I see this kind of a...
Yeah, there's only really one
use of that. And I know we did ask this before, where would you use this? I think at this stage now everyone probably knows. So,
yeah, it's definitely been worthwhile here anyways, because
yeah,
every time we've had to do a starter, that one makes the hardest bolt the easiest bolt.
Oh, right, so what's on? And then this is just for the top bolts then, is it?
Yeah, so all I do is I put a T-bar on it and I can reach the whole way around the bottom of the starter and into the bottom bolt.
Symptoms there, what led you to believe it was the starter in the first place?
So John Bassby, of course, broke it in the first place.
John
So
B,
he was
yeah,
trying
well.
to get it going in Mourns, and there was nothing out of the starter at all, trying to turn the key. Signal was fine, and there was the actual solenoid wasn't working itself. So we were able to just cross it and get it going. But
Yeah.
the solenoid itself wasn't coming in.
Right.
So we have a supply down but no voltage
Now I know
drop,
there
so-
is an option of getting a high-speed starter for these older girls, isn't there? But
Well,
this
that had a high
that
speed
is
start.
a starter, so it's just a matter of getting a
Yeah, so it's only the solenoid, not the starter element itself.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't be too bad of
we
a
should have that back within. There's probably the guys in Navan there getting fixed at present, and then because she's a good old girl to start, and
yeah, it's the sort of thing now. You couldn't put any paint on this tractor at all. It's that original and straight that
it's
it'd be a
lovely
sin to
tractor.
do anything with it. So
yeah, John B does like it as well, so that helps as well.
it's the main irrigating tractor this time of year now.
Very, very handy. She's just simple old style, but works well.
Yeah,
That helps.
on the button, everything works.
Right. So now it's time for
Tips and tricks, tips and tricks.
So in this week's tips and tricks, we're joined by Kaylem, who has made up some little special tool for solving a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, so pretty much a lot of people have the problem of some sort of an implement where you can put it down after you take off your pipes. You've pressure on the pipe and you can't plug it back into your tractor, and this here is the solution. So all I have is an M8 bolt that's going through a fitting, and the centre button is taken out of the fitting. So you can slacken this off completely and it will clip straight onto our fitting. And all I do is run it in and it'll push in the button and we'll let the pressure go.
Yeah, you would
Up
see
to-
maybe a lot of lads will come with maybe two 27 Spanish, or maybe a 22, I presume that one is to display head running for Spanish, don't have them.
Yeah.
Don't always put the lever into float before they take the implement off, which you should do, but I know it doesn't happen. I've done it myself, that's
Yeah.
how I know. And just pull the pipes out and get going, and then when you go back to put them in, some of them will push in.
Yeah, it
But
all
some-
depends on the coupler.
It
and-
depends on the coupler. I know in the Manitou something gets very hard to get it in.
Yes.
So something like this is very, very simple now. I know you have to have it to hand, but it means that you don't have going off running a spanner.
Yeah.
You just basically just thread it down, you feel it.
Yeah,
where
because
the pressure comes on
it leaves it very controlled as well
Yeah.
for letting the oil go, because the only place it can leak is back through these threads, so
Yeah.
it's very slow at releasing it.
Yeah.
But it's perfect, there's no big explosion, there's no risk.
And what you might see too is guys, and they will push the pipe down on a flat surface.
And all you're doing is you're damaging
And
the...
you're just going to damage that, so straight away you're going to have a fitting that's going to be leaking in time, and then you'll see oil coming out of the
Yeah.
back of the tractor.
You have a
and
nice
the fitting.
spray of oil and a circle around it
Yeah,
as well.
so it's just to avoid all that. Now you can have the same in, that's the female, so you can have the same in the male thread as well.
Yeah, so we
just
don't
with
just
the-
have it working yet, but we're making a male one as well, because of one particular implement, the tippler, that has to go on to the Manitou, which has that fitting, so the tippler's
It's the other side.
the tippler's a female,
Yeah.
so you have to make the other side of it. But we get that working, because that's where we really come up with it in the first
Now
place.
we did see it. We've seen a bit of it on TikTok. Or you've
Yeah,
seen it somewhere,
yeah.
which is great to see. If it works, just copy it.
Yeah.
Where you can drill a hole in the side of it here, which would let the oil out as well. But look, it's just not as messy, and it's easier, and it's better for the fittings as well.
Yeah.
Now I do see another very, very shiny piece of equipment here, which you've added to your toolbox.
Yeah, I haven't even got to use it yet. It was only a novelty, but
Why do you go for something like this, or is this something you've been looking at?
yeah, so I've been looking at it for quite a while, because different ones, I know different people that had similar ratchets, and basically the whole thing with it is to be able to reach far down if you're doing timing covers or working on cars, getting in the back of an engine, or there's loads of different jobs where a big gun, even though I have a small little gun, it's still too big, and plus you don't have the reach because you're nearly a foot away from where your socket is.
Yeah.
So you have a fantastic reach, and it's quite fast as well for a battery ratchet.
So you just have the.
And you can still use it as a normal ratchet, so you can crack whatever you want
Yeah.
and run it out then with the
Yeah, no,
with the
you're not
battery.
going to just do,
No, it's only
big jobs.
3/8 drive, like, it's not-
3/8 drive, you're not going to use it on loosen the row of air bolts or anything like that,
No.
which would be very happy.
Well, you can get a
handy.
half-inch one maybe, you wouldn't know.
Yeah. I know we did half-inch ones in the air years ago, but they were they were a little bit cumbersome and just maybe that.
They're very prone to breaking your wrist too. Cause
Well, it will slap, yeah. So you just have to be careful of them too. Just don't go foolish with them. So yeah, look at. Hopefully you get plenty of use out of it anyway.
yeah, but
And it seems to be a good make as well. So
yeah, happy enough with the Milwaukee stuff so far because I bought my first gun when I was 15. I'm 20 now. I have it 5 years and
yeah,
still flying like so.
good stuff. All right. So that's it for this week's Workshop Wednesday. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel there. You will get a notification and it is free. Yeah, so from over here at Finnegan's Farm, we'll talk to you all next Wednesday.